Hi, my name is Istvan Buidasho, and welcome to my product launch experiment. I'm going to start a new project, and I'm going to take you along with the journey, with me on this journey, and I show you what I learned from this, how I progress, what's happening, from the point that I came up with the idea and I'm implementing, and what I'm implementing, and how I'm doing this. I'm at that phase when I have an idea. I have an idea that I want to implement and want to take it to the market and want to see if it's viable and how it's working out. So right now I'm at this stage. At this stage, the whole idea is it came up with a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. The the actual idea, not the product launch, the actual idea, what I was doing. So I remember days when I started my business in 2014. I think I was made redundant, and I lost my extremely secure job. And at that point, I decided to take my own journey and start my own business, or make make my business a full time business. I just build my own dreams instead of someone else's. So I started doing that. I was day by day hustling to get clients, and after a while I got a few clients, and they were really happy with the service, really satisfied with it. They told me over the phone or through emails, and I was perfect. I saw it as an opportunity um, to get testimonials from them, because every business needs testimonials, I believe. It makes it much easier to show to new clients that, hey, I served similar customers previously. They had amazing experience, and this is what they say about it. So actually it's to much better to someone else telling, I believe someone else telling that my service is amazing than me telling it. And at that point I was like, perfect, I had a few clients, I'm gonna ask for testimonials. And I did that, and for my biggest surprise, they were all happy and satisfied. They told me or communicated it some way, and for my biggest surprise, that they didn't give me testimonials. I was like, yeah, I had a few clients, and none of them gave me testimonials, and I felt completely confused with the situation, because hey, I provided them a great service. They were happy with it, and at the end, they actually just didn't give me testimonials. So my thoughts and fears were coming up, and my mind, I was like, wow, maybe my service is not that good. Maybe I'm not so good in this thing, in my business and serving them. And I was like, all sorts of thoughts were coming up, and I was like, okay, I need to do better and better, to make them much more happy, just to push the in. Um, like every time when I ask for like a testimonial, and testimonials from a happy client, and they didn't give me one, my confidence was like shrinking, like, because, well, if I do something well and they're happy with it, why I don't get the testimonial? Or even if I got the testimonial from them, they just sent me like a short, like one, two, three sentences, like really general, nothing specific. And I was like, at that point, like, wow, I'm really like, I felt like stuck, in a point, because I saw it as like, having the testimonials was keeping me away from get new clients easier and quicker, because they just saw like, either they just didn't see testimonials, or even they see like a few tiny simple testimonials, which was not so convincing, and I couldn't relate to it. So I was stuck with that, and just I didn't know what to do. So I was just keep carrying on with my business, and one day I woke up, I get myself ready. I came to a kitchen and put my laptop next to me, next to the stove. I put on an online course and I started making breakfast for myself. I was like, I put a frying pan on, put some like eggs, oil in there, some seasoning, and just I was like, yeah, I was getting ready for my breakfast. Because hear the eggs sizzling away, and I could smell the mouth watering smell of the breakfast. And in the background, the lady was talking about something, but I wasn't really paying attention at that moment. But I could kind of hear that something was there. So I reminded the video, and what I heard, I was like, wow, that's like so amazing. A couple of sentences. Excuse me. A couple. Excuse me. A couple of sentences that she said. I was like, wow, that's like amazing. That's like change everything. I had like bits and bobs of knowledge from here and there, but that few sentences just brought everything together. I was like, wow, it's gonna change everything. I'm gonna get the testimonials I want to get from my clients, that detailed, mind-blowing testimonials. I just like, couldn't wait to test the whole process. So I was like ran into my office and sat in front of my laptop and started working out the details. We worked out like 4 steps. What are 4 steps that I'm going to do step by step, and I took it. The first 2 steps they went extremely great, like smoothly, easily. And then when I got to the 3rd step, I was like, wow. I was staring at my screen or at an email. I was writing for like 15 minutes, and I was just staring at the screen and just thinking about like, should I really send this or not? And it's like at that point I saw that like, wow, it's an unusual way to get testimonials. It was definitely. And I was looking at the screen, reading the emails a couple of times, and I was literally thinking about sending it or not, because wow, it's like in my mind, like if I send this, am I gonna lose the client? I was like, wow, it's like it's risky. All sorts of thoughts were coming up in my mind. I was almost like actually just cancel the email and not to send it. But at that point, I just remembered one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein. How he explained insanity. And insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. And I just remember that, like, wow, if I just keep asking for testimonials the way I did before, I know I'm not gonna get testimonials, or I'm gonna get like short testimonials that's pretty much useless. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take that risk, and just clicked on the send. And then I was waiting. It's like, wow, the whole day paused, and I got no reply. I was like, wow, okay, maybe tomorrow. And the second day paused again. And just no reply. I was like, in my stomach, I could feel like maybe it's something not right. Something is not good. I was like, oh, okay. I waited another day. Like the 3rd day, my mind was just spinning. Like fears and thoughts coming up, like crazy, like shouting that like, wow, that was like such a silly thing that sent an unusual email to my client. I was like, wow, that client, he actually usually replied on the same day or the next day. So never had like situation one. He didn't reply for like 3 days. I was like, wow. I was like, oh no. Like really, my mind was like, wow. I made such that was like such a silly thing. It felt like it was such a silly thing to send an email, unusual email, and just lose a client like that. Like I was really afraid of that. Like, wow, this client is gone. I'm just not gonna get testimonial from him. He's never gonna make any business. It doesn't even take the time to reply to me. I thought he was offended, pissed off, all sorts of things coming up in my mind. Um, and I just once like left the office that way. That ah, I was really pissed off at myself. And next day I came back. I was like, okay, I calmed myself down, and I was like, just gonna try another thing. I'm just gonna send him another email and just like really simply ask him if he got my previous unusual email. And I was waiting, and like in a couple of hours, the biggest surprise was that he replied to the unusual email, and I was saying sorry, like, oh, sorry, I was busy with other things in my business, and busy with other things in my business, and I couldn't read the email just now. And then his reply to my unusual email was absolutely positive. He had no problems. He was absolutely positive and happy about it. And I was like looking at it like, oh, that's amazing. I was really excited because at the time I could like finally found that solution, finally found that process that, hey, I can get a mind-blowing, very detailed testimonial review from my happy clients from easily, because I looked through the process and I'm like, wow, this is like so simple, the whole process. And I got it testing. Like, okay, I'm just gonna test it, keep testing it, and I, ever since I use it, every time I use the process, I got the very detailed, amazing, mind blowing testimonial from the client, and like super easily. I was like, wow, it's like found the process is like really amazing, and I can get the testimonials I want. And it was so amazing feeling. And in the process, I actually not just got to that point like, wow, finally have the process. I actually realized that I learned something else as well, in the background. Like ever since I'm not listening, or I'm listening listening less to my fears and thoughts in my mind, because I made all sorts of things up just because he didn't reply, and like trying something new. I made all these little things up in my head, like thoughts and fears coming up, and stopping me to do things. And ever since I just got through that, like there's such a great lesson, that whole process to basically not stop myself to thoughts and fears coming up, but just not to listen to them, and actually just take the action, and um, the best things can come out of that situation. And finally, I have the process. I actually like, I feel like I'm transformed on a level, on a personal level, through these things, because now I have the confidence that just keep doing things, keep trying new things, even if it's like my doubts and fears like talking against it. Just try that new things, because something amazing can come out of that. And I was like, this is such an amazing feeling going through this. And um, I decided to create like a video course of this, that I go through this process, how I get testimonials, to how I actually always get mind blowing, very detailed testimonials from my clients. And I do this, and do this even if they are like busy and terrible at writing. I can get a long and very detailed, mind blowing testimonial. And I'm putting together, I decided to put together a course on this and share it with others, so they can benefit from this. Everybody who's in a similar situation like me, that they're trying to get testimonials from happy clients, and they just can't get it for some reason. Um, then here's a process that is actually working, and there's a reason. There's a really specific reason why even the happy customers, they don't give testimonials. And I'm going to talk about that one as well, in the course, and how to come, basically how to sort out that issue. Just like, it's really simple to sort it out. So I'm putting together this course, and I actually put together like a plan. So I'm not putting together the actual course at the moment. I'm just I just put together like a really, not even a detailed, um, just like 3 pages. I put this together, and like 3 pages document. I wrote down like what to do. I need to create the video courses. I need to create like a membership area where they can access it, like landing pages, Facebook adverts. Need to write, like to create the presentation, write the copy for the landing page. I'll put together at least everything I need to do. It's about like, it will take about 4 or 5 days to do everything from A to Z on this list. But through that, I don't want to do this. So I don't want to take this action to 4 or 5 days of work putting in, hoping the best result. So I did this in the past with other projects, and other products, that I created a product and I was trying to sell it, and hoping that the market will react positively. But it's never really worked out, or like 95% of the time, it didn't work out well. Just created a product, and just ended up wasted time. So what I'm going to do, I actually created a plan. It's like pretty much like create the minimum, just only take the minimum things. So I'm not going to create the actual course, the video course. What I'm going to do is just create a product cover that I can use in the Facebook adverts on a landing page. Create a landing page, just put the copy, the cover on it, and an opt-in form, and just have like basically an email list, set up an email list, create like a Facebook advert, and just drive traffic and see how people react, how many people opt in, to find out these secrets. I call them the 5-star review secrets, and I'm really curious like how many people will react to it. So the next step I need to take is jump on and like do this like minimum viable funnel and marketing. So not creating the product, just starting with the marketing and focusing on the marketing, and even on that side, just the minimum to see how the market reacts to it. And then after I see that, I will decide what's gonna happen. So this is how I'm starting my journey, launching this new product. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about the how it goes, how the process goes. I'm going to come back when that 4 or 5 steps, the minimum steps are ready. I will show you how it goes and what I learned from during this process and what's the next thing that I'm gonna do. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you'd like to come along with this journey and see how I'm starting this project, what I'm learning, what you can learn from this, then just subscribe to my channel and tap on the little bell so you get notifications every time when I put up a new video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.